Lila mine, she's so kind. I'm going to love her all the time because she's my Lila mine. Lila, Emmanuel, Preston, Caleb, this video is for you guys. It's an important video. I know I've spoken on this subject before, but it's so important. I want to repeat this over and over in hopes that each time I give this video, I'm saying something a little different, and that it helps you to kind of create a 3D image in your mind of this message I'm trying to get across to you guys. It's got to do with marriage and the value of men and women. And today, by the way, is December 2nd, 2023. I've just been working a little busy a lot, but as these messages come to me, I try to remember them, and then when I get time, sit down and do a video. And so this video is both for the girls and the boys. You just have to look at it from a different side. If you're the girl, you know who I'm going to be speaking to, Lila mainly, but Emmanuel, you're going to have to look at it from the other angle. Same if Preston sees this too, him too, and Caleb too. So I just want to reiterate, if I haven't done it before, that a man's peak value is between the age of 30 and 35. A woman's peak value is around the age of 18. So a woman reaches her peak value much younger than the man reaches his peak value. And the woman's value will start to drop after the age of 18. A man's value will start to drop after the age of 35. So you say, well, men are better looking when they're 18. Maybe so, but they haven't developed the wealth that they have by the time they're 35. You say, well, a man who's 55 has more wealth than a man who's 35. Possibly, but he's also not in the same physical condition a 30, 35-year-old man is. So when you balance it and you average it all out, a man's peak value is at the age of 35. 30 to 35, typically. Of course, that can adjust, if you're a 25-year-old man, you came from a rich family, obviously your peak value is going to be younger because you've got the looks, the physique, and the money at a younger age, right? But maybe you're not as serious about life. Maybe you're not as serious about settling down. So that could subtract from that as well. A woman's peak value is 18. It could actually be younger than that, but typically it's illegal for a man to marry a girl younger than 18, depending on where in the world he is. So we just say 18, okay? And every day after 18, her value is dropping slowly. Yes, she still has plenty of value by the time she's 25 because she can still have children for probably another 5 or 10 years, but her value is decreasing. Now, I just want to make this distinction. An 18-year-old woman who is a virgin has a value that is priceless. You can't even put a value on it. It's so valuable. You can't even put a price on it, so valuable. Whereas an 18-year-old woman who's been with a man or 2 or 3 or 4, her value has drastically decreased. Why do I tell you this? Because I want you to understand the importance of maintaining that purity, Lila, for gaining a good man, a good husband. I was talking to this young lady the other day. Beautiful young lady, 18 years old. And she spoke good English. And I said, why don't you go back to the United States? She said, because I don't have papers. I said, I can tell you how to get papers. She goes, how? I said, but here's the thing. You're not going to listen to me, okay? Because you're young and you're not wise enough to take this advice I'm about to give you. It might have been insulting, but it was the truth. So here's the wise advice I gave her. I said, you're 18 years old. Do yourself a favor. Do not be with another man. But go on the internet. Find a man in the United States, because you want to get papers to go to the United States. Find a man who's 30 years old in the United States, who's maybe a doctor. He's already successful. Do you realize how valuable you would be to a man like that if you're mature? If you're willing and ready to settle down, if you're willing and ready to give this man children. Oh, well, he's too old for me. He's too old for me. No, he's not too old for you. Okay, you're just thinking from a superficial point of view, a fleshly point of view. Yes, okay, so an 18-year-old guy is going to be cuter and have a nicer physique than a 30-year-old man, possibly, right? But he hasn't generated the wealth. He hasn't carved his way in this world yet. He hasn't bought a house. He hasn't bought a car. He hasn't created a career for himself. Okay? An 18-year-old guy is only going to use an 18-year-old girl. Right? And even if he's not going to use you, even if he's like, oh, I'm in love with you, I want to marry you. Okay, you're going to marry this 18-year-old guy. And then what? You're going to struggle for the next 15 years, right? As he's trying to make a way in this world, carve out a career and do these things in his life. It seems to me obvious now, as I'm older and wiser, 49 years old right now, that God intends for a woman in her prime to be with a man in his prime. It just makes sense. An 18-year-old woman with a 30-year-old man makes perfect sense to me. Okay? He's going to appreciate you because of your youth, your beauty. An 18-year-old guy's not going to appreciate you. He's got 18-year-old girls everywhere. Okay? He's got way many more 18-year-old options than a 30-year-old man does. Okay? He's going to appreciate you and your beauty. He's going to say, okay, I'm going to take care of this one. He's not going to be quick to run off to other women because he's got him a woman who's over 15 years younger than him right now. Okay? Whereas if you marry a guy your own age, he's 18, when you're both 50, he's not looking at his 50-year-old wife saying, look at this beautiful thing I've got. No, he's looking at the 20-year-old woman, the 25-year-old woman, the 30-year-old woman saying, wow, look how beautiful they are. So his attention no longer is on you. But if you marry a guy who's already older than you, his attention will always be on you because you're already young and beautiful. Okay? And because you thought differently than the other women in the world, okay, the other women in the world aren't looking at your 30-year-old man to take him from you, right? And when he gets 50 years old and you're 30, they're not looking at your 50-year-old man. Other 30 and 18-year-old women aren't looking at your 50-year-old man to take him from you, right? Maybe 40 and 50-year-old women are, but guess what? He's got a woman younger than them at home, so he doesn't care about that. Furthermore, it's okay for a man to have more than one woman as long as he's not fornicating and committing adultery, okay? But I just wanted to talk about this again because it is so important, Lila. And I pray that you're smart about this when you get to that age, right? And you don't let young men take advantage of you. Somebody made a comment to me about this thing in the Mormon community. I'm not Mormon, okay? Mormons are religion. I don't believe in religion. I believe in a personal relationship with the Spirit of God. And He dwells within you when you believe on the sacrifice, right? The sacrifice that Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, made. His Spirit, you get baptized, right? His Spirit comes inside of you, okay? And that's what I believe. That's not religion, okay? Anyways, this person was talking about Mormons. They have these things called the Lost Boys, where these boys are without women because the women get taken by the older men. I said, no. It's not the Lost Boys. It's the Get Lost Boys, okay? As a man, 49 years old, I have a little girl, beautiful little girl named Lila, who's going to be 16, who's going to be 18 in a blink of an eye, right? I don't want 18-year-old boys coming around my 18-year-old little girl, okay? I'm going to say, get lost, boys. Get lost. Get out of here. You haven't done anything in this world. You haven't proven yourself in this world. You don't have a career in this world. You haven't accumulated any wealth in this world. You probably sit at home and you play video games all day long. Okay? You're probably chasing other girls. Yeah. And well, anyways, this person was making it like this sad story. It's a sad story about the boys in the Mormon community, the lost boys, they don't have any women because all the women are taken by the older men. No. It's not the lost boys. It's the get lost boys. Get out of here. We don't want you around. When you've created some wealth and a career and you carved a place in this world for yourself because of hard work, dedication, waking up early, going to bed early, doing these things that it takes, right? Not playing video games, not going out and getting drunk. When you've made something for yourself, then come talk to my daughter, okay? Then come talk to my daughter. If you're able to do that before you're 30 years old, that's fine with me. I've got no problem with that. But the odds are it's going to take you till about the age of 30. I know I wasn't really able to make money till I was 30 years old. People don't really give you a chance. They don't give you the opportunity. Like I wanted to do a sales job for the company I work for. They didn't see me like that. So what did I have to do? I had to go out and start my own company. Okay, from nothing, from $1,000, making phone calls in my garage. Somebody would say, yes, I could come over and give them a pitch. I'd drop everything. I'd drive 30 minutes to go give this person a pitch, right? I would make 100 phone calls to get 10 appointments. Out of those 10 appointments, one person I would get sell, right? So one sell out of 100 phone calls. That was good average. Some people got to do like 1,000, right? So anyways, then I got experience in sales because I had my own company. Then I sold my company and I was able to get a job in sales, right? But it wasn't until I had put my time in. I had taken my lumps, right? Call it the School of Hard Knocks. I had gone through the School of Hard Knocks. And so anyways, Lila, that's what I want for you, baby girl. When you're 18, okay, seriously be looking for a man who's 30 years old, okay? Seriously be doing that. Don't give it up to him until you're married, okay? Don't be with anyone until they have committed to you in marriage. And your value will be priceless, baby girl. You will create a new life way better than anything Andrea has ever done. Being an attorney, maybe she gets rich from being an attorney, okay? It'll all be given to you because a man is created to take care of a woman. A man does not mind marrying a beautiful 18-year-old woman and giving her all the luxuries in the world just to give him children, just to be a wonderful wife at home that makes dinner and breakfast and keeps the house clean. He doesn't mind doing it. That's how he's created. A man's created with durable skin, right? A woman's created with soft, fine skin, right? A man's hair is coarse. A woman's hair is fine, right? Women have beauty and curves. Men aren't really like that, right? God created us to take care, okay? And that's what we want to do. That's what a 30-year-old man wants to do. You'll have a better life. I promise you, you'll have a better life if you preserve your virginity. You find a man when you're 18 years old who's 30 years old that's made something of himself, and you give yourself to him after you guys have gotten married. And I promise you, Lila, that'll be the best life for you and for your children. And he's older than you, so guess what, Lila? He's probably going to die before you, okay? He's probably going to die before you. And when you're 50, you're going to have all the wealth given to you, okay, through inheritance. And you're going to be making life better for your children and your grandchildren and your children's children, your grandchildren's children, okay? So please take this advice. You too, Emmanuel. Don't think about like, oh, I'm 18, my friends are getting married, I have to get married. I got married at 28 years old. I was in a hurry. I was the last one of my friends to get married. Your mom was 22. Oh, I should have been preparing from the time I was little to get married at the age of 30 or 35. I was still too young. I was 28 and I thought I was too old. No. And I should have had my eyes on younger women. 22 was too old. 22 with a child was too old. I was 28. She was 22. No, that was only 6 years. I should have waited till I was 30 and then been looking for a 20-year-old without a child. See, I'd have had more wealth accumulated even. So take this advice, Emmanuel and Preston and Caleb. Okay? I love you guys so much. God bless you. We will be together someday, some way, somehow. I know it. I love you.